Hey everybody, I'm Andrew Farquhar and this is the Snackable Marketing Podcast where I discuss all things digital. For today's topic, I'll be discussing the top of a marketing funnel, how to build it, how to optimize one for your own funnel. In the last episode, I discussed the basics of all the levels of a marketing funnel and how to make them effective. So definitely go check that out if you missed it, so you're familiar with all the basics of marketing funnels and why you should be using them. But for today, I'll be focusing on just the top level of the funnel, how to build it, and how to optimize it. So the top of the funnel is the widest, and it usually has two main goals, increasing brand awareness and lead generation. You want to achieve this through entertaining, educating, or inspiring your audience. And content marketing is a perfect way to do that. It's all about content in the top of the funnel. But what kinds of content? Where's the traffic going to come from? It doesn't matter how much content you have if you don't have any traffic. How can this stage be optimized to generate the most leads? And what are you going to give or offer in exchange for their contact information and make them convert into a lead? So let's go over it, and I'll answer each of these questions so you can build an effective top level of your marketing funnel. So as I was saying, content is huge. The content you want to use is going to be helpful and answers or addresses a specific pain point for your target audience. So to do that, there's all kinds of content: blogs, vlogs, guest posts, reposts on other sites like LinkedIn, podcasts, long form, short form, videos of all kinds, infographics, social media updates, SlideShare presentations, pretty much anything you can create and distribute online that will increase awareness for your brand. You don't have to do all of them, but you'll want to think about what ones would resonate the best with your target audience. And you want to make it clear that your target audience has a problem, even if they're not aware of it yet, you're going to make them aware of it, and that you have the solution for it. So remember to entertain, educate, or inspire with your content. Don't push sales too hard. Rather, create content that your audience wants to consume, and use that to also make them aware of your brand and what you're offering at the same time. Once people are consuming your content, offer them something like an ebook, a webinar, a video, or a worksheet in exchange for their contact information. And that will, at that point, they would convert into a lead and move into the next level. But before you can have any of that happen, you have to have traffic. People need to be going to your content and consuming it. So let's talk about how to get traffic. So generally speaking, getting traffic is not easy. It's going to take a lot of work. And it doesn't matter how much you're making or creating if you're not distributing it and promoting it in all the right ways. So pick the right social media networks by knowing which ones your target audience uses, and follow best practices for how you should post your content so you don't undermine your efforts. So for instance, if your target audience loves to be on Twitter, then you'll want to look into like when to post on Twitter, when are the best times, what kinds of posts, like what are they like, videos, just plain text, quotes, pictures, and find out what's best for that particular network. Another option that's great for sending traffic to your website are Web 2.0 sites. These are sites and apps like Flipboard, Digg, and StumbleUpon, and are where people go to actually discover content. And it's where you can distribute it to them. So if you're not already using Web 2.0 sites, you should definitely be doing that. I know some websites get the majority of their hits, visitors, from only Web 2.0 sites. So it's a great way, especially if you're new, if you have a new website without a lot of SEO. This is a great way to get some traffic. Another option is guest blogging. This is more about building links and building your network and brand awareness than just sending traffic to your website. Although if you do it enough, you'll certainly get that too. So find out who the influencers are in your area and reach out to them and see if you can write a guest post for them. This will really increase your reach and brand awareness, which you definitely will need to be doing in the beginning. So be sure to take advantage of guest blogging and pick the best sites that will yield the best results for you. And absolutely do not forget to promote your guest blog posts, just like you would promote your own from your own website. Next would be the longest term one, and that's going to be SEO and search engines. SEO traffic takes a lot of time and effort, as I was saying earlier. But in the long run, it can far outpace all the other methods. It just takes time and a lot of work and knowledge. So make sure you're optimizing your content for search engines and building your SEO for the long term. While you're doing that, another option is reaching out to influencers. Ask influencers in your niche to distribute a piece of your content out to their network. Chances are they have a large network of followers, which would be a real benefit for you. But don't ask an influencer to distribute every piece of your content you create. Remember, you're probably going to be making a lot. So only do it every now and then, and only your best work. You don't want to put out like something that's not, well, you always want to have all your work be the best, but especially when you're trying to ask an influencer to distribute it for you. And lastly, for traffic is the easiest, but the most expensive, and that's pay-per-clicks or just advertising. Spend some money to promote your content. This is a quick and easy way to generate as much traffic as you want to pay for. But you can get a real boost to your traffic if you pay even a small amount each month and make sure your targeting has a laser-like focus. You want to target exactly the kind of people you want. Places like Facebook especially are really going to be good for that. Or like retargeting, where people who have been to your website, only they would see your ads. That's another great example. If you're not spending a lot of money on it, you want to have a laser-like focus. And remember, it doesn't necessarily need to be a lot of money, just a few dollars, I don't know, $50 a month maybe, $25, whatever you decide. But make sure you're promoting only your best work, the ones that you think would be the most helpful to people and that they would enjoy the most, so you get the most impact for your investment. Now that we understand what the top of the funnel is, the content you can use, and how to get traffic to it, let's go over a few ways you can optimize this layer of the funnel. First off is design. Make sure that your pages are clean. If you're using content like blog posts, be sure your offers are clearly visible yet aren't intrusive. Remember that traffic is there to read or consume the content or the article. The offer is kind of a welcome bonus for them. The key here, as it is for all web pages, is that it's mobile friendly and it has a clean, easy to follow layout. Cluttering up your pages is a surefire way to make people bounce off of them right off the bat. Next up is the copywriting. That would be the text that you use. Be sure to keep your offers clear and concise so the viewer knows exactly what they'll get for signing up. I've found this is often straight to the point language without any fluff. For example, something like, you need blank, why not use blank solution? Here's how, or download now. Simple and to the point. It also starts with a question, which is a great way to get people intrigued. And it goes straight to the point. So remember to keep your designs and your copy clean, concise, obvious, but unintrusive and to the point. So to recap, remember this is only the beginning. Unfortunately, many businesses begin and end their funnel with just the top layer. But with a little more work, you can drastically increase your conversion rates for your funnel. Make sure the top of your funnel entertains, educates, and or inspires your target audience. Once you've got the top of the funnel humming along and people are converting into leads, it's time to add the next level, which would be the middle of the funnel. And that's going to be the topic for the next episode. So thanks for listening, and I hope you found this episode helpful. If you did, please share it with your network and definitely connect with me on LinkedIn or Twitter. And let me know what you thought of it. I'd love to hear what you think of the podcast. So until next time, thanks for listening. I'm Andrew Farquhar, and this is the Snackable Marketing Podcast.